that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. So, today we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on personal pronouns. So, we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on personal pronouns. And before we start with our lesson on personal pronouns, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged into aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts. So language arts, which is English, grade 4. Once we have selected the subject of language arts, grade 4, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of personal pronouns. So our chapter for today is personal pronouns. So we're going to start with our lesson. So our chapter is personal pronouns. The subject is English language arts that we are focusing on. Grade 4. And the lessons under the chapter of personal pronouns that we'll be doing today is to identify pronouns. And we're also going to choose between subject and object pronouns. So we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So if you want to go back, recap, then you can go to aplusstudents.ca. But also now we are doing it on aplusstudents.ca, so we are just going to follow. All right. So there are different types of pronouns, right? But today we're specifically going to focus on personal pronouns, right? So we're going to focus on personal pronouns. And a pronoun, right? It's a word that takes the place of a noun or it takes the place of nouns. So a pronoun, it's a word that takes the place of a noun or it takes the place of nouns, right? So instead of, for example, saying the person's name, right? Or the actual place, you can either say words like you or refer to she or refer to it or refer to her or him, right? But we know that it basically refers to a specific person and specifically the person that you are talking about. And then when it comes to pronouns, right? We have singular pronouns and then we also have plural pronouns. And remember singular pronouns, it basically takes the place of a singular noun. And singular pronouns refers to one person or one place or one thing, right? That we are referring to. And then we have plural pronouns, right? Which takes the place of plural nouns. And that refers to more than one person, place, or thing. So we are also going to go over the most common singular pronouns as well as the most common plural pronouns. And an example, right, of a singular pronoun. Remember, we said a singular pronoun refers to one person or one place or one thing. So a singular pronoun is, for example, where we say Leah liked the book, right? So if we identify, let's say if we identify the nouns within that sentence, right? Then we will say the two nouns is book as well as Leah, right? So that is basically the nouns within that sentence. And remember we said that the pronoun, it takes the place of a noun or it takes the place of nouns, right? So if we say Leah liked the book, then instead of basically saying Leah liked the book, we can say she, which refers to Leah or which takes the place of Leah, liked it, and it refers to the book. So once again, a pronoun, it takes the place of a noun or it takes the place of nouns, right? And then we have singular pronouns, which takes the place of singular nouns. And that refers to one person, one place, or one thing. And here we made an example of Leah liked the book. And we said our two nouns that we have identified within that sentence is Leah, which is the name of a person. She's specifically a girl, liked the book. And book is also a noun, right? So instead of then saying Leah, right? Instead of saying the name, we can say she. We can refer to Leah as she, which means that the word she is a pronoun, and that pronoun, it takes the place of the noun, which is Leah. So we can say she liked it, and it refers to the book, which means that it is the pronoun that takes the place of the noun, which is book. So that is the two nouns that we have identified within that sentence. So it's basically replacing, let's say, the noun with a pronoun. And that is why we say pronouns, it takes the place of nouns. And we say the singular pronouns, it takes the place of singular nouns, which refers to one person, place, or thing. And the most common singular pronouns, right, that refers to one person or refers to one place or refers to one thing, right, are I, you, he, she, it, me, him, or her. So those are the most common singular pronouns, right? And these most common singular pronouns, it refers to basically, it basically takes the place of the singular nouns. So instead of saying my name, I can say, I can introduce myself as I. So I will take the place of my name. You, the word you, or let's say the pronoun you, can either refer to, it can be both singular as well as plural, right? And then we have he. So if we maybe say Jack likes ice cream, right? So if we say Jack likes ice cream, then we can replace that name Jack with he likes ice cream. So which means that the word he is the personal pronoun of Jack. So we said he. So if we say Jack likes ice cream, then we can replace this noun with he. So we say he likes ice cream, right? So he is the pronoun. So this is the pronoun that takes the place of this noun, which is Jack. And then we have she, it, me, him, or her. These are all singular pronouns which refers to either one person, one place, or one thing. And then we also have plural pronouns, right? And we see that plural pronouns, it refers to, oopsie, plural pronouns um, refers to more than one person, place, or thing. So plural pronouns, it refers to or takes the place of, let's say, a plural noun, and it refers to more than one person, more than one place, or more than one thing, right? Because plural means more than, two or more. And an example of plural pronouns, right? For example, the kids liked the books. So if we identify our nouns within this sentence, then books is a noun and the kids is the noun, right? And remember we said that the pronoun, it takes the place of a noun. So far we have identified our two nouns within the sentence, which is the kids and the other noun, which is books. And if we replace the word kids, or if we replace the noun, which is kids, with the pronoun, and then we will say they, because they is now the pronoun that replaces that noun, which is kids. So they liked them, and them is the other pronoun, which replaces the noun, which is books. So now we say they liked them. They referring to the kids and them referring to books. And then we have like a few common plural nouns, plural pronouns. And a few of our common plural pronouns, right, are we, you, they, us, them. So these are our plural pronouns. And these plural pronouns, it takes the place of either nouns, or a noun. So we can say, um, let's say, even if we were to say, let's say, Sarup and Prayan go hiking, right? So if we say they go hiking, then we can replace these two. These are nouns, right? So now we replace Sarup and Prayan, right, with they go hiking. So these nouns was now replaced with the pronoun they. And the pronoun they refers to Sarup and Prayan. So Sarup and Prayan go hiking, or we can say they go hiking. And they is the pronoun which takes the place of that noun, which is Sarup and Prayan. All right. So remember we said we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca, and our focus lessons are to identify pronouns as well as to choose between subject and object pronoun. So now let's go to aplusstudents.ca. All right, so now we're going to the first one, which is to identify pronouns. And a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun, or it takes the place of nouns, right? And we mentioned that we have singular pronouns as well as plural pronouns. And singular pronouns, it takes the place of singular nouns, right? So singular pronouns takes the place of singular nouns, and that refers to one person, place, or thing. And then we have plural pronouns, right, which takes the place of plural nouns, and that refers to more than one person, place, or thing. And we already went over a few examples. And then just once again, our singular or the most common singular pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, me, him, and her. And then our most common pronouns, plural pronouns, are we, you, they, us, them. All right, so now we're going to select the pronoun within this sentence. Mom can't afford it right now. So if we look at the sentence, Mom can't afford it right now, we need to select the pronoun. What is the pronoun within this sentence? So if we say Mom can't afford it right now, then we can say it is our pronoun. So basically, it is the pronoun. So mom can't afford it right now. So it is the pronoun. It can refer to anything. It can be sneakers, it can be food things, it can be clothes, right? An Xbox or something. But it is the pronoun of, like we mentioned, can be clothes, shoes, or so on. All right. Please pass me the salt. So please pass me the salt. So please pass me the salt. So if we select the pronoun within the sentence, right, and then we are going to say it is me. So me being the pronoun. And then we are going to select the pronoun. The walruses just stared at her. The walruses just stared at her. So the word her is her. So we said the walruses just stared at her. So if we select the pronoun, it will be her, right? Her can be a girl, lady, right? So it just stayed at her. So now let's go to our test, right? Test where we identify pronouns. All right, so now we're going to select the pronoun, right? We moved to a new neighborhood. We moved to a new neighborhood. We need to select the pronoun. Is it we or a? So we moved to a new neighborhood. Do we say it's we or a? All right, so if we select the pronoun, right, then we will select we. So we moved to a new neighborhood. So we can be, for example, myself and somebody else, right? But it is we. moved to a new neighborhood. Yes, so well done. We is correct. The walruses just stared at her. So is it walruses or is it her? So the walruses stared at her. All right, so if we select the pronoun, we will say her. Mm-mm. Her. Remember, we said that the pronoun it takes the place of a noun, right? So which means that her takes the place of either Jane or Jackie or someone, right? So her, because we are talking about the personal pronouns. Aunt Christina gave me a necklace. So Aunt Christina gave me a necklace. So Aunt Christine gave me a necklace. So is it gave or is it me? Gave or me? Remember, we are talking about pronouns. It takes the place of a noun. The pronoun, it takes the place of a noun. Gave, if you gave me something, right? Then it means that there is an action that took place. So if an action, which is a verb a pronoun? Gave is the action. And remember, we want to select the pronoun because the pronoun takes the place of a noun. So, Aunt Christina gave me a necklace. So, once again, let's identify the pronoun. Is it gave or is it me? All right, so if we select the pronoun that takes the place of a noun, right? And a noun which refers to a person, a place, or a thing, right? Not an action, then we will say it is me. So, Aunt Christina gave me a necklace because gave is like the action. It lived deep inside the cave. So, it lived deep inside the cave. So, if we select the pronoun, then we will say it. Wonderful. Because it can refer to any noun. And then every Saturday, they perform live. So every Saturday they perform live. So we need to select the pronoun. Every Saturday they perform live. Is it they or is it live? So is it they or live? And if we select the pronoun, right, then we can say it is they. So they is our pronoun. And then she scrambled safely to third base. She scrambled to third base. So she scrambled safely to third base, which means that she is. All right, so she is our pronoun, so well done. All right, so now we're going to choose between subject and object pronoun. So you can use a subject pronoun as a subject of a sentence. So you can use a subject pronoun as a subject of a sentence. And this helps to tell us who is doing something. So you can use a subject pronoun as a subject sentence, and it tells you who is doing something. And it's usually at the beginning of the sentence. And the most common subject pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. So those are the pronouns. And an example is I hug Rick. So we said with the personal, no, not personal, with subject pronouns, we say I hug Rick. So I is a subject pronoun. And it's also the pronoun. So which means that it's a subject pronoun. And you can use an object pronoun after an action verb. So you can use an object pronoun after an action verb. And you can also use an object pronoun after a preposition. And our prepositions are like, at, for, of, on, to, or with. And then we have the object pronouns, which is me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. So that is basically the difference between subject pronouns and object pronouns. And we said a subject pronouns, right? Subject pronoun, it tells us who is doing something. And this is usually at the beginning of the sentence. And then we have an object pronoun. We have a subject pronoun, which tells us who is doing something. And now we have an object pronoun. So an object pronoun, right? We said it comes after an action verb. And you can also use an object pronoun after a preposition, which is like, at, for, of, on, to, or was. And the object pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. So that is subject pronouns. All right, so now we're going to our test. We need to select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Were the boys rude to? Do we say to they, or were the boys rude to them? So were the boys rude to they, or were the rude boys to them? So were the boys rude to them? So them is our pronoun. So we need to select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Do we say she interrupts the teacher, or her interrupts the teacher? So either she interrupts the teacher or her interrupts the teacher. Which one is correct? She or her? All right, so if we choose one, we can say she interrupts the teacher. So do we say us rake the leaves in our yard? Or do we say we rake the leaves in our yard? Do we say us rake the leaves in our yard? Or do we say we rake the leaves in our yard? So if we say us rake the leaves in our yard, then nope. So yes, we can say we. We. So we rake the leaves in our yard. And now we need to select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. So we select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Introduce himself. Do we say him introduce himself? He introduce himself. So do we say he, she, him, them? We can say she first. So we can say he introduced himself. So he introduced himself. So he introduced himself. All right. All right, so now we do the last one. Well done. So this is the last one. Do we say I braid my hair every day or me braid my hair every day? All right. So we need to select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Braid my hair every day. So I braid my hair every day. So I is our pronoun. All right. So that is now the end of our lesson on personal pronouns. And we said a personal pronoun, right? It takes the place of a noun, whether it is a singular noun or it is a plural noun. All right, so grade 4, that is now the end of our lesson on personal pronouns. Thank you very much for joining the class and for being interactive. Have a good day further. Goodbye.